and a brush to blend it, and we'll add values to it. First, we'll draw the eye and make it a little bit big. So, like this. And then we can add the double line that we have at the lower area of our eyes and the eyeball. And the double eyelid, the second eyelid that we have inside the eye, the darker black eye, and the reflections that are there here. Like this. Now we'll add another double line to this portion also. And here. And now we'll add the leaflet here. Okay, first we need to also make space for this. And now we'll add the leaflet. First, let's make the stem, and then we'll connect the leaves with it, and we'll remove the joints, the extra lines that we have. If you have any questions, you can add it in the chat box so that I can answer them. Anything related to art or charcoal or anything that you want to ask, any doubts that you have, you can ask. Now another leaflet here. And the last one over here. Okay, now we'll start with the charcoal pencil part. Now with using a charcoal pencil, we'll start adding values here. If you have any questions, then you can ask. Hi, Dhruvi Sharma. Okay, let's start with the values part. Which pencil are you using? I'm using charcoal pencil, Rimaji. Right now I was using a normal pencil. Now I'm going to use a charcoal pencil. Okay. Now we need to start adding values here. With a very light hand, I'll start adding shade. Okay, before this, we also need to lighten the sketch. So using a kneaded eraser, if you have one, or otherwise with a normal eraser, just lighten the pencil parts. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can ask. Now using the charcoal pencil, now I'm adding darker values in the inner section, and I'll try to use my pencil in the way that is, there is this reflection in the eye. Like the eyeball, we see similar small lines. So I'm trying to do it in the same way. I'll just erase this area, make it a little bit lighter so that the lines are visible like this. Now we'll start adding here. This area is supposed to be very light. So just with a light pressure, just fill this area, this part. And then we can add darker values later. First, we need to lightly fill using the light tone for the charcoal. We need to fill this area. And because these eyeballs are covered with this with our skin, so we have the shadow part over here that should be visible in our eyeball when we are making one. Okay. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Anything in specific? Like this. Now using a brush, I will blend this area a little bit. Not much, but a little bit so that it becomes smooth. Like this. Now we'll start adding, we'll start to work towards the skin. Okay. Just outline the eye using the pencil. And then using the brush, you can smudge it a little bit from the outside, not from the inside. And here we can smudge it from the inside because we need to show the that we have that white thing in the eye. So that also creates shadows. And as I told you, the skin has covered it. So we need to show the shadows in the upper portion. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Now we'll make the double line for this, for the eye. And this is supposed to smudge over here. Just smudge this area a little bit. I guess this has become a little bit more hard than I wanted it to, but no problem. We'll fix this area. I also have some charcoal powder. I created this using a charcoal stick. So we can use that over here to soften, to make it a little bit soft. Things get a little bit messy when we are working with charcoal. It's not a problem. We'll clear it out towards the end. So this way we now we'll work on the eye portion again. Okay, now we'll start making this area dark. And just work in strokes in this area. Like we add strokes using the pencil, the normal pencil, you need to add strokes using these charcoal pencil. There is no difference here. And now we'll start making this area complete black. And this area connecting this part of the eye. And then we have double line over here. So we need to take care of that when we are working. Now we'll make this area black, like dark. Can you also erase charcoal pencil? Yes, you can always erase. You can erase charcoal pencil. Reema ji. Charcoal is very, I'll say, delicate medium. You can easily erase that. Like unlike pencil, you can easily erase charcoal. I'll show you how I'll erase this portion because this is not what we want. Once you are done with your work, then you can start the cleaning work. Otherwise, it gets a little bit messy with the charcoal every time you're working. So it's a normal thing. Okay, this area has to go like this. Now we'll darken this area. There's no, like I'd say, little and no explanation here. You just need to make it as I'm doing. You have to follow my steps and do. Yes, Aryan, we can erase charcoal pencil. I'll show you. Just like see here, I have this, and using an eraser, I clear this out. It can be easily erased. It is so, I'll say, delicate. See, if I smudge it like this using my fingers, then it will, move away. So if I can move it with my fingers, then I can definitely move it using my eraser. Like I can clear that area out completely. There's no point, like it's possible. You can do it easily. Okay, this is not supposed to be this dark here. If you can use a normal eraser, if you will use a normal eraser to erase this, then you will erase better in a better way. See, like this. And also your paper also depends. If you're using a very good paper, like mine is kind of, I think it is 120 or 140 GSM. It's not that, no, sorry, 75 or 80 GSM. It's not that, I'll say very good paper. So that is why there are some marks here. But if you are using cartridge paper or something like that, then it hardly leaves any marks when you are erasing. But if you're using this ivory sheet, then it will leave mark. Make sure of that also. Just with small constant strokes, make this design over here. And then just flatten up your pencil and use it over here. Using an eraser, just clear this excess portion. We don't need that. That's it. Now we'll start with this portion. Now here it is easy. You just need to fill it with dark black color. Anyone, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Is that a different eraser? I used it once, but it didn't work. Which paper were you using, Rimaji? Which paper were you using for it? Because paper also matters in which sheet you are working. Was it a normal drawing sheet or cartridge paper? Now here in this portion is supposed to be dark. Now we'll outline this so that the lines are clear for the leaflets. Anyone, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Reema ji, which paper did you use for your work? If you used ivory sheet or maybe this normal printer paper or drawing copy, then I think that is the reason why it didn't erase properly or you applied a lot of pressure. But because ऐसा भी नहीं है कि you like you cannot erase everything. But if you have applied something with a light pressure, then it is easily erasable. बट अगर आपने बहुत प्रेशर के साथ लगा दिया है कि पेपर उसमें मतलब करने के बाद पेपर ऐसे धंसता गया है then it won't go back. Like it is not easy to erase that portion, that kind of thing, and it will leave a mark. But according as compared to pencil, it is easily erasable. I can say that. Okay. Now this portion, we need to cover it up. We'll go up from this to this, otherwise I will smudge it all. Now just cover this area with dark charcoal. Like you don't even need to show the gradation right now here in this part. Just cover it with dark charcoal like this. And now we'll start showing the gradation. Start working in strokes like this. And then we'll start adding this. Now start adding dark color over here also. This is also bold, dark black, pitch black here. Okay, using an eraser, I'll just clear these edges. See, Seema ji, I'm using an Rima ji, sorry. Rima ji, I'm using an eraser here, isn't it? Using a very light pressure, just create a degradation, like a gradation. And it looks like, okay, it is going towards light. Now we'll start adding some waves over here, going according to the skin, like this. Like this. Now we need to cover this area. This is also pitch black. We don't need to show any gradation or something for this. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask about anything related to art or anything in general? You can add it in the comment section. I'll reply. Now here we need to be careful and we need to add some strokes only. Like this. Now using a very light pressure, this create this gradation, a gradient sort of thing, so that it looks natural. Now we'll color this area, cover this part also with dark black color. This, and then for this one, then cover it up with charcoal again. And that's it. We are done with our work. Now, as I told you, we'll clearing the spaces also. So using a normal eraser, not kneaded eraser, but using a normal eraser, clean out the edges and everything. Because this messiness is normal with charcoal. So don't worry when you're working that, oh, don't panic that, okay, I screw up, I made it dirty. No, this kind of thing is common with charcoal. You don't need to worry about it. Using an eraser in the end, just erase it all because you didn't intentionally made this kind of a smudge here. You didn't intentionally add a stroke, so it will erase out easily. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining in. We'll meet again next week for another session. Till then, bye bye. Take care, everyone.